Okay, like I said, we're going to switch things up a little bit. Do you have any design tips for our professional audience? And also, do you have any design tips to share with homeowners?
Design tips from my side of the fence on the show is building and designing furniture. And I always say to people, if you're going to design stuff, know your limitations. And that can cross over into designing a bathroom, a kitchen, a remodel of a living room. Know what you can physically do. I've been to so many jobs as a younger person to see the mistakes people made, and they call us professionals out to go and put the job right. And you want to say to the bank manager who's asked you to go to his house, what made you think you could pull your living room wall down without thinking, is it load bearing? And I say to people, just tackle what you can do. Look into things. If you can't or haven't got the brain power to know that walls support things above you, don't take the wall down, because all the stuff above you is going to come down.
Fall crashing down.
But I always say to people, know your limitations. It's great to call in the experts. That's what they do. Call in a design expert. You might spend a few $1,000s, but it could be a lot more money you're going to spend on repairs when you bodge the job you think you can handle. Take your time, plan ahead, talk to professional people. That's the biggest tip I could give anyone.
Okay, good advice. What are some of the issues that you're passionate about?
More so the last 3 years, the green movement, environmentally friendly products, harvesting what Mother Nature gives us. Now I know I'm not a hippie because I don't have hippie hair, but I do have hippie tendencies. I like buying lumber. I design and build furniture. I love buying lumber from companies who I know replant, because there's going to be a point where if you don't replant, you're going to use everything that the big man upstairs gave us. So I always buy lumber from green companies who I know. I'm also passionate about the stuff we've started to introduce on the show, which the fans are eating up. People want to know about environmentally friendly companies who are taking product and making it in power plants and manufacturing facilities that harvest the wind to power turbines, to harvest the sun that powers generators that makes their product. There's some great companies here who are recycling cola. They're recycling metals to make faucets and clay. They've taken the little things that pop out the faucet holes in their clay porcelain sinks, and they've started reharvesting it now, reusing it. It ends up being thousands of tons every year that they used to throw away. Now they save it. Constantino, they're doing one of the first types of recycled glass, crushed glass bottles, mirrors, vegetable oil, worktops, countertops. They look and feel just like quartz, but it's so much more environmentally friendly. The amount of people that say to me, but granite comes from the ground. Mother Nature gave it to us. But people need to know how much time and effort it takes to harvest it and make that slab of granite for your countertop. Carbon footprint is huge. Companies like that who are taking the initiative to move forward and give people an affordable product. Number one, if you're going to design something that's green, you've got to kind of make it affordable. There's no point pricing it out where people, everyday people, can't afford it. So people like Constantino who are doing that with their eco worktops, love it. Cola, love it. There's so many green things that people don't know about. We're trying to bring that out on the show. Tapping into the geothermal plates in the ground. It's geothermal heating and cooling. Works in the summertime, works in the wintertime. Sun, harvest the sun's energy, solar panels. The governments are still giving you rebates of nearly 40%. Take that benefit before they take it back. The wind turbines, so many local towns and city halls are against putting them up because they're unsightly. Well, the long days of the big windmill that are like the Dutch windmills that turn horizontally are gone. They're inventing cylindrical tubes which turn on a bed of magnets, which don't make any sound, which turn and are more efficient than the big old-fashioned ones. If more cities said, put it in the backyard, if more people see, it was the same thing in the 80s with solar panels. People were like, oh, yeah, they are ugly, but they serve a purpose. If everyone had them, you'd learn to live with them. If everyone had wind turbine, you'd learn to live with them. Trying to get that movement across. We're still a long way out from people taking the initiative and grabbing the green by the horns. Right. But we're getting there. We're making ways.
I think it's also sometimes taking steps towards it. And I know we were talking with Paul earlier too. We were talking about his passion for dumpster diving and just salvaging materials and reclaimed items and so forth. And sometimes it's a matter of just reusing and finding something and turning it into a beautiful piece.
Did Paulie talk about his dumpster diving?
Yes, he did. And
Try and tell him not to tell those stories.
He has, and he's told me about the furniture that he's found, and he still has in his home today.
He actually does a good job. He knows. I actually go to Paulie to do refinishing tips. Another tip I always give people is when you know your limits, always ask for advice and help of something you don't know. I build furniture, I don't finish it. It's another trade, so I always ask Paulie. He's great with finishing, distressing things, antiquing things, making things look older than they actually are, and he's fantastic at that. He's got some great furniture in his house that looks like thousands of dollars, but it was free out of someone's garbage.
That's the way to do it.